Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajig's Racing Channel. We are live racing as it happens, ladies and gentlemen, on a Saturday evening with the world racing community. And their new series, fresh out of the box, the GT Challenge Season 3. And we're at Watkins Glen here for round 2. Exciting times. Oh, look, I've left that up. Exciting times. We've got the Chunkmeister on track with us as well today. I don't know if it's a dual stream, but if you are not subscribed to Chunky Ribena TV, then get yourself over to his YouTube channel and subscribe straight away. He is the best. Right, so it's the GT Challenge. Let me see if I can find some deets, as I told you the wrong details last week around. And I'll see if I can get things right this time. Instead of telling you it's a 60-minute race when it wasn't, it was a 90-minute race. The calendar. Watkins Glen, about the track, also known as the Glen. This driver favourite road circuit has hosted GT races for decades, from sports cars and Can-Am to modern GT3 sprints and endurance. Looks like they're just about to start quali. The 6 hours of the Glen has seen it all, from rain, full course yellows and wild mixes of first-time GTD Pro winners. A perfect example of GT3 unpredictability. Right then, that told us the track. Right then, the rules. So, ladies and gentlemen, the GT Challenge Season 3, open group, three class, no restrictions on car choice. The car you pick is the car you stick with. Balance of performance will be on. BBAL allowed. Tyres are at ×2. Soft, medium, intermediates and wets compounds available. Fuel is at ×3. Tyre you set fastest lap on is what you start on. The qualifying is a timed session length of 15 minutes, track dependent, and the race is 1 hour, 1.5 hour for Triple Crown events. And that's everything, really, ladies and gents. That's everything, all you need to know. Now then, standings. Look at me, I am on it like a car bonnet. Let's get to the standings. Oh, someone's gone back to the pits. Maybe they're not quite right yet. We're following MJ around. Okay. Right, they are tricky to read on the phone. It takes you to a different thing. So at the top is Forge Flames, which I believe is AT Racing, also known as Bob, and they're on 22 points. Then you have Tommy in second on 17 points, the Rooster. Deviant is third on 15 points, with Akul in the banged up Nissan, remember, on 13 points. Then we have Faceless Boy, which is Jed in fifth on 12 points. And then we have Autosport, whom is in sixth on 0 points, but I do remember him in the race. I apologise. So yeah, I don't quite understand. He must have I don't know, got disqualified maybe. I don't know. Autosport was definitely there. He was figuring large. Ooh, MJ losing it big time. Vodka Rob in the chat saying, good evening, sir, how the devil are you? And I'm good. Right, and they have a GT2 GT2 championship as well. I mean, it's so Thunder is at the top of that one on 20 points. Then we have MJ in second on 18 points, but it's a joint 18. No, because MJ's also in third on 18 points. Then we have Beaks in fourth on 16 points. Then we have Fusion in fifth on 13 points. We have Sir Storm in sixth on 10 points, and Hoods is in seventh on 9 points. You guys figure that out. In the chat, Vodka Rob saying Stoke won, so I'm a happy bunny. Well done, Stoke, and everyone of Stoke for supporting them. Good on you all. I don't know any football results, didn't look. So MJ's out in, he's doing the historical trail of the Ford GT car, a new livery each round, signifying a turning point in their things. Tommy Rue then has set the fastest time in his Audi, ladies and gents, and the Cull goes across in the Nissan. But Sir Storm and Thunder all go faster. Thunder in the Porsche 911, second fastest at the moment. Sir Storm goes third fastest in the Ford. Then the Cull is in the Nissan there, with Autosport in 6th so far. Not figuring in the points, so definite disqualification there, I'm sure, but I honestly don't know why. I haven't followed it, so I apologise. Chunky's crossed the line in 5th place, and Vodka Rob saying they're second in the championship on our way back to the Prem. Well, go on. You need some big, rich Hollywood chaps to buy it and steer you correctly with lots of money. So the Rooster at the moment, fastest in the Audi around the Glen here. Thunder in 2nd. We've got Jed now appearing in his Honda in 3rd place there. The Honda looking very settled. AT Racing, or Bob, in the BMW, going 2nd fastest. Oh, look at that. That's got a roar, hasn't it, ladies and gentlemen? That really has a roar about it. I hope it's coming through. Yeah, I think you can hear the engines on YouTube. Sometimes the settings go weird. I've seen other streamers where they're chatting but there's no engine sounds, and it's quite disturbing. So the Cull then goes 2nd fastest. He's qualifying on a set of mediums as well. Don't forget, they've got to think their strategy through with qualifying. Tommy Rue on a set of soft tyres with AT Racing, Forged Flames, or the Bob on racing mediums also. Thunder is on a set of mediums, currently 4th in the 911. Jed is 5th with a set of softs on that Honda, and he's gone very wide there. So Storm in the Ford is also on a set of soft tyres, making his way around. And then Chunky Ribena going for a set of medium tyres, also in, it's a Ford, isn't it? God, that roars as well, my word. 8th is OJH Racing. In the, it looks like his livery hasn't loaded up for some reason. Nomi is in a very nice, is that a Nissan as well? That looks very, very nice from Nomi. In 9th so far, Autosport in his Lexus, so I don't know what's going on. From being up there at the sharp end last round, seems the Lexus has taken a nosedive. Hood's in 11th in his BMW, with MJ carrying hefty penalties with the medium tyres in his Ford. It's not an it's a Ford. I don't know why I need to think about it. So Cull goes faster again on the medium tyres, getting slightly closer to the Rooster. And the Rooster at the moment absolutely flying out there. No, the Lexus has come good. Is it another disqualification? I don't know. It looks like he's been taken out of the points. Vodka Rob saying our owners are owner of Bet365, so we're in a better place financially than most of the Prem, like around 10 billion they're worth. All right then, well, you're all good. Right, something weird just happened. Do you still hear me? Yeah, my VR headset was on. I didn't realise, so I was getting, I don't know what mic you were picking me up from. Hopefully this one. It just said VR headset turned off, and then the sound went off of the television. And yeah, so that was odd. That was an odd thing happening. The Rude saying happy Saturday thingy. You are low, loud and clear. That's my answer. Yes, thank you, sir. You're on my list. I've got a list of replays I've got to do. And yeah, the GTO are on that list. I'm not telling you whereabouts. It's a long list. But they're on there. Autosport. Then taking pole, soft tyres. Now I think there will be a little flurry for a change of tyres, fresh tyres on lower fuel tanks, possibly before the end of the session. There we go, the Rooster goes in. He's going to put some fresh rubber on and see if he can find that 2/10. He's got against Autosport there. The Cull also coming in for fresh rubber. Will he stick to the mediums? Is he going to stick to his strategy, or is he going to succumb and think 7, 8 tenths, maybe I should put some softs on? Although medium tyres in third place, you got to say that's not bad doing. That's not bad going. So then the Cull goes back onto track. I'm only hanging around, so I want to see what tyres, if he's just replaced like for like. He has, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a fresh set of mediums, nothing to see here. So Autosport also brings it in for fresh rubber. They're all bringing it in. The Bob deciding no. He likes the sloppier car underneath him, and OJ goes faster. OJ in the spaceship goes faster, up to 8th. And yeah, the Mazda 8th fastest on his medium tyres, 2.8 seconds off of pole. But he's 7 tenths off of the hoods at the moment. The hoods is not going anywhere. He's in the pits, stationary. Nomi then in 12th, 3 tenths. He's parked it. He feels he can't go any faster. So these guys, this is it. I don't think it's 10 minutes because Autosport's still on his outlap here. There's no flag out, so I don't know why some of these guys are parking it. Tommy Roo, he's still on an outlap. The Cull is on a lap. No, he's on an outlap. So we've got a few out there on an outlap. Thunder's gone in for fresh rubber. The Jed looks like he's put fresh rubber on. He's tried to jump ahead of the gang to get some times in. So yeah, where they're only going to get 1 lap maybe on their soft tyres. Looks like Jed opting to go for a double run. And we'll see what time he can set here. He's 2 tenths up, and he's only 200ths off of the Thunder, who's giving it one more go on new rubber. Can he get to the line? That is the question. At the moment, Jed looking ready to make the big leap ahead of Thunder. Can he do it as he crosses the line? 4th, he jumps above Bob as well. Unbelievable from Jed. Great driving from the Jed. But what are all the other guys doing now? Autosport out on a run. Tommy Roo ahead of him on track, doing a run. Shall we wait for a sector to see how the Rooster's doing? He's got the Cull, but the Cull's 6 tenths on medium tyres. Tougher job. Bob and Thunder will be wanting to get back the that 4th place ahead of Jed. As we watch the Rooster at the moment, we haven't seen MJ jump into the top 8. He was down there in 11th having a run, and he'll be wanting to crack the top 8 here at home soil for the Fords. Oh, 3 tenths up on Autosport. Is Autosport doing any better further back? We wonder. The Rooster at the moment, though, bringing it around the final corner, heading towards the line. Tommy Roo is hitting the line with a 3/10 better lap than Autosport. Autosport then, what has he got in store for the Roo? As he brings it to the line, is he any faster? It's looking quite tight. Oh, mamma mia! And there you go, 0.013 of a second between the Rooster and the Lexus driver of Autosport as they go again. The Cull 1 second away, 1.1 if you want to be pedantic, and he's 2 tenths ahead of the Jed, who is still on a More time on that slower rubber, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, the Cull going for gold. Then we've got Jed still out there, bedded in his tyres nicely, he has. Could still be in for a surprise, some of these guys. I'm going to hang with him. I'm going to hang with him till he gets to that sector. And we'll see. 300s. He's got to find a bit more on that to get the call. Bob, at the moment, doesn't like being behind Jed. Doesn't like the idea of starting 5th. Wants to get higher up that grid. But this is not the lap. Wasn't far off his best though, 600s. Thunder also on the 911, also on medium tyres. He only needs a 10th, doesn't he, really? A 10th will see him straight. He's going to need 3 tenths if he wants to jump the Jed, but a 10th will do him against the Bob. He's not finding it. He's not finding it, ladies and gentlemen. Sir Storm still sat comfortably in the pits. OJ out there at the moment. And the Rocket Mazda flying. There's Chunky in the pits also. They feel there's no extra time out there. Hoods, MJ in 11th and Nomi in 12th. Don't fancy any more time out there as we have a showdown from the Rooster and Tommy Autosport. The Cull trying to find extra time as Jed tries to stay ahead. Jed doesn't manage to better his time, but I don't think Bob we saw finding anything extra in the BMW there on the medium tyres against the Honda driver ahead of him. And it's got to be more worried about, well, no, it doesn't. That looks like a going slow Porsche. So it doesn't look like Thunder has found anything extra. Someone's gone faster. I can't see who at the moment. So Bob letting it all hang out at the moment as he heads towards the line. Can he find just over 0.2 of a second this lap to try and get himself back up into 4th place? He does not. He does go faster, but does not find anything extra. So Autosport at the moment still making their way around Autosport and the Rooster. Is there anything there for the Rooster? Is Tommy Roo going to find himself back on pole? Is there anything else in the Audi to give? No, it's Autosport pole sitter for round 2 of the GT Challenge Series 3 World Racing Community Championship. The Cull goes faster but stays 3rd, and Autosport keeps the pole no matter what time he does. The Rooster then in 2nd, Cull in 3rd. We've got Jed starting in 4th in the Honda, Bob in 5th in the BMW, and we can look at those results anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry your soft little heads about it. So Autosport on pole in the Lexus. Tommy Roo in 2nd. Then we have the Cull over a second behind the 2 in front on medium tyres in 3rd. Then we got the Jed in 4th. We've got Bob starting 5th. Thunder starting in 6th. Sir Storm in the Ford in 7th. OJH Racing in 8th in the Mazda. Chunky Ribena is starting 9th in the Ford, with the Hoods in 10th in the M6, and MJ 11th in the Ford, and Nomi starting 12th in the Supra. Oh, GT500, he's going for an old model. Like, he's a little bit mad. Oh, is it the same one? No, it's the Supra. But yeah, Cull and Nomi, a little crazy in the heads, possibly. So that is the lap times, ladies and gentlemen. That is how they line up. And it is going to be some exciting racing for the next 60 minutes. Strap yourselves in. You need go nowhere. Now, look, I can watch things come up. Oh no, that's just a practice. Have they quit out or something? So whilst they're prepping for it, oh no, that was a quick prep. So in the chat then, Rude saying loud. Now he's asking the guys to tick in so they can do the grid. There must have been a discrepancy in the settings, ladies and gentlemen, as we have Thunder coming out to give us a display. And we check tyres. Tyres. Oh, someone's not happy about tyres. Why? Whom was on what tyres? I can't remember now. Thunder was on mediums, that's correct. Jed may have been on softs. Autosport was on softs. Rooster was on softs. MJ mediums. All looks good to me. I couldn't tell you about Jed or Sir Storm. So now prepping themselves, ladies and gentlemen, like pro sim racers do before a race. 60 minutes of hard endurance racing ahead with a track that can be very tricky, especially I don't know what the time is at the time travel, what the time is going to be like moving on, but in the dark on harder tires, this can be very tricky. Rude's saying love seeing international fields. 5 flags there, stellar. It is nice. Well, they are the world racing community, you see. It's a an open house for all mankind and girlkind as well, if they want. So oh, it's not, it's OTR Thunder. I just call him Thunder anyway, it's so much easier. OJH Racing, so many names. So Thunder out there at the moment. Shall we get on board? We haven't done any on board, have we? Let's enjoy a lap. Come on, Thunder, take us around Watkins Glen, heading down the start straight. I don't know any of the corners, so don't you get me all mixed up with someone who knows what they're talking about. Heavy braking here. You can slide really far out and get a very bad penalty on that curb there. Then you're just flooring it up this hill. You're just holding on for sheer life and hoping you make the next turn. Now, no lift. He's changed up. Yeah, lovely. Loads of downforce in the Porsche there. And he's just floored that all the way through that section. And then you're looking, what, 300 mark aboard before you even want to think about decreasing speed. And then you want to sling it full send. He did 200 then. Full send into the chicane. It's quite fast. Don't be scared of it. Then this is dropping downhill, lift and coast. Lift and coast. And then this is where you got to worry about your braking. Get it right, because this is a car spinner of a corner, ladies and gentlemen. Falling downhill, turning to the left, slightly. It is in camber, but it can spin you out. This one is another decrease of speed. A lot easier though, going back up the hill. Feels more comfortable. Then you want to floor it out of there. And again, getting ready for some braking action as you come down here. And it's again a ballet dance on the accelerator until you're going straight out the corner and then flooring it for a short while, because this again is heavy braking. Slow, get it around, then floor it again. This one is you've got to just sort of kind of lift and dance your way around this baby, and then the final corner is another ballet dance. Knocks it down a gear. He knocks it down a gear. Some do try and commit and just go with a lift, but the 911 there, beautiful lap there from Thunder. Thank you very much, sir. Great demonstration, my friend. So Hammy looks like he missed a bit of quali. So probably will be joining the back of the grid. Chunky in the chat saying drop the like and ready to go. Well, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. I tried sending everyone to your channel at the beginning, but there's at least 4 people haven't listened. No, 3, because I'll be one of them. I'm viewing my own channel. So I'm guaranteed at least 1 view, mofos, no matter what. Ooh, Cool's done some heavy damage there. He must have been testing some limits somewhere along the way. The Rooster, he'll be absolutely beside himself about missing out on pole by, what was it, 0.18. So crazy times. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we are ready to begin. And Autosport, is that the best view you've got of the grid? There we go, we'll do that. It's a rolling start, ladies and gentlemen. 60 minutes on the clock. And we are ready to go. Yeehaw Racing now here at the Glen. So Autosport then leading them away on home soil as well in the Lexi as he pulls away nicely. He's on the soft tyres, as is Tommy Roux. Then we have the Cull on mediums. Cull having a sniff. And then we have movement already with Bob not wasting any time in the Burtmer and going to work on the Jed. The Jed, though, on softer tyres. As soon as those tyres come in, then Bob may have some issues. But at the moment, whilst it's even Stevens on the cold tyres, Bob is trying to take the opportunity to make his way through. And no, it looks like Jed is just about holding on. And in the chicane, Jed should be able to late bomb this one. And Jed does reclaim that 4th place. And Bob, get back, sir. Thunder then in 6th place, loving the action ahead, and this has helped him close the gap on the BMW ahead of him, and he's looking like he's going to make an attempted overtake, ladies and gentlemen. Sir Storm just behind him in the top Ford running marquee, and OJH Racing in the Mazda behind them in 8th place. Oh, good, thank God his livery has loaded in now. So Autosport still leads on those soft tyres. These two will be wanting to make a bit of a break for it as the Cull tries to stay with them on the medium tyres, but he's got a very fast Honda behind him on a set of soft tyres, and the Jed will be wanting to make some short work of the banged out Nissan ahead of him. Bob then in 5th place with Thunder there in 6th, chasing him down, but it looks like Bob has now got back into the groove. Oh, we've got to spin, it's the Jed. Oh, and he goes straight into the pits. What a waste of soft tyres for the Jed, ladies and gentlemen, but this is the way it happens. Autosport and Tommy Roux racing very closely together. The Cull, no pressure now, he's got nearly 2 seconds from the Bob. And the Bob on medium tyres, same tyres as the Cull. The only advantage he's got is his car maybe a little bit newer than the Cull's. But at the moment, Bob nearly 2 seconds behind the Cull. Then we've got Thunder under pressure. Sir Storm coming in late. Oh, Sir Storm nearly lost a nose there by putting it somewhere it shouldn't have been. But Sir Storm saw the danger and pulled right out of that bad boy. And Sir Storm at the moment up to 6th now with the loss of the Honda, is doing a fantastic job for the Ford brand. OJ there is in his Mazda, all liveried up now and looking significantly nicer than the maroon monster we saw driving around earlier today. Chunky moving up the order in his Ford as well, being chased by the Hoods. The Hoods taking no prisoners whatsoever in the BMW, and he's on the soft tyres against Chunky's medium tyres, so he'll be feeling a little bit of a grip advantage there. Sir Hammy, who we assume started at the very back on a set of medium tyres, has moved up 3 places already, and Sir Hammy is absolutely, it's not Sir, is it? It's SLR Hammy. We'll just call him Hammy. Has moved up into 10th place ahead of the Ford MJ. Where did he come from? He wasn't even about as well. So Aussie's back in 12th in the McLaren now. Nomi 13th in the Supra, and Jed is at the back. He's had a pit stop. He's changed to the medium tyres, doing a longer run now. He's filled up, and I suppose he's just going to see how far he can take the Honda and hope the race comes back to him. That's all you can do in these endurance races. He's carrying half a second penalty, and that'll be from pushing, I am sure. Tommy Roo in the lead. Oh, we missed a lead change. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rooster has pulled off the impossible in the Audi, and he has got past the Lexus so far. The Cull isn't too far behind. We're on lap 3. And we're 10 minutes into the race. 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, sorry, 4.5 minutes into the race. Oh, I mean, I thought that was going to be a timer up there. It's a timer up there. Lap, and the Lexus hanging it out. And Autosport playing it very dangerously at the moment. And the Rooster maintains the lead from the Cull, who's 2 seconds ahead of the Bob. It is the same. Nothing has changed between the Bob. I mean, it's a couple of tenths. It was 1.9, now it's 2.1 between Bob and the Cull. But Thunder very close, as is Sir Storm on board with Sir Storm. As we check out 6th place runner, 3 seconds ahead of the Mazda behind him, and only 8 tenths behind Thunder. But Thunder very close to the Bob at the moment, the BMW that he is racing. Very tight stuff here as we see that tricky first corner we spoke about. And then again, flooring it through this section, as the Ford handles it with ease. Then we're looking for an opportunity here. If we're Sir Storm, we've got a tow. Really, he wants to just go through this, following the oh, he hit the curb a little funny there, but he's saved it, but lost a bit of time. No, gained a bit of time. Beautiful. He should be having a grip advantage through this area here, but still unable to close up to those 2 cars ahead. Tricky corner to navigate. And that's Sir Storm. Yeah, no, it is Sir, not SLR like the other one. And again, he should have an advantage through these corners, a grip advantage with those soft tyres against the 2 cars ahead of him. But they are racing with mad skills in his periphery. So he's Sir Storm at the moment maintaining the distance between Thunder and the Bob, as they are locked, ladies and gentlemen, locked in a psychological battle of tenths. And Sir Storm on those soft tyres, 4.6 seconds ahead of the Hoods, and the Hoods was ahead of Chunky, so I'm not sure what may have become of the Chunks. Ooh, Chunky's dropped down a couple of positions there. And now he's racing with MJ in the other Ford. It's Ford on Ford action here, as OJ Hoods and Hammy all go through ahead. Hammy making perfect racing going on happening here. He's closed up to OJH ahead of him. And OJH in the Mazda, under pressure from the Porsche driver there. Chunky Ribena, he did a 152 on lap 3. That's not going to help. He's not got any damage though. So far so good. And he's going faster than anyone's gone in this race so far up to that sector. So Chunky Ribena back on course, it would seem. MJ in 11th, right tucked up behind his rear wing. And they are 4 seconds ahead of Nomi, who has picked up a bit of a penalty and is being caught by the McLaren of Aussie. Aussie last week looked very strong with his fuel tank. We've got no bleeps today. And the Jed then trying to make up for a just one small spin. And look how much it's punished him. He's made a pit stop as well, and he's going deep and long into this race and hoping others have nightmares ahead of him. So Tommy Roo leads the race by 4 seconds. Autosport losing another spot His tyres are absolutely getting melted, ladies and gentlemen. They are. He's going in. He's going in. Autosport, only 5 laps. So much fuel. The tyres, just can he take it, Captain? And that's Tommy Roo in the lead with the Cole in second in the banged up old Nissan, ahead of Bob in his Z4. I think he's just off to get a hair, to do someone's hair. Thunder under threat from the Storm. The Storm has finally found some, but he's got a half a second penalty, unfortunately, as he goes on the attack. Oh, dearie me. Well, you've got to use your... Oh, no. You've got to use your radar, my friend. You can't turn in on someone like that. Oh, Thunder's waiting. I don't know if that was Thunder's fault and Thunder's race going to hell. And I don't really think that was Thunder's fault there. I just think Thunder was there and Sir Storm tried to turn in on him, it would seem, I thought. But I am not a good person to look at these things. But yeah, no, I wouldn't have blamed the Thunder on that one. But Thunder now down in 12. And his race is hit hard. That's a shame. That is such a shame. Thunder was having such a good race there. He was having such a solid race. It's such a shame. I don't think he was at fault. I think it was just a racing incident. I think he may have been able to continue on there and deal with the stewards later, but unfortunately, and now it looks like Sir Storm has dropped behind Thunder. Tommy Roo into the pits. His tyres aren't even hurt. He's just doing it for the giggles. Just because he knows the closest person who was racing him had to make a pit stop, and he's thought free pit stop possibly, but it's not a free pit stop because the Cull has gone into the lead, as has Bob. Hud's now up into third. Look at Hud's go, ladies and gentlemen. Hud's, he was at the back end of this pack, and he's up to third somehow. That's amazing. Hammy up to fourth in his Porsche. Chunky Ribena now in fifth, with OJH in the Mazda in sixth, being chased by MJ in seventh. It's like all change. Gnome Roo's come out right in the wrong moment. That was not great. That was not great for the Rooster there. His pit, he's going to be screaming at his pit crew, could you not put me out in some bloody clean air? And he's going up against Sir Storm, and we know Sir Storm, ooh, he looked this time. And Thunder there trying to get a move done on Nomi, and it's not MJ, it's Ozzy. Ozzy now side by side with Ozzy, and oh my word, Tommy Roo is in the midst of it, and this is hurting his lap times, surely. Tommy Roo, it looks like he's got out ahead, though, of the Lexus. Where is the Lexus? There, 13th. So Tommy Roo did get out ahead of the Lexus, but this is crazy. Oh, no! Oh, no! Unbelievable! Oh, the leader positively, oh, it was looking crazy. It was looking crazy, wasn't it? It was looking crazy. There's Sir Storm. He's got away from it all. Tommy Roo back on the move in 12th, and Oliver there in 13th with the Jed. This is exactly what he wanted. he needed, but it's not closed in too much on them. So Tommy Roo, oh my word, I honestly don't know. I don't know what the hell happened here. So Tommy Roo, he's chasing Thunder there. I don't even see where Thunder went after all that. Oh my word, Ozzy must have missed his break in there and then just came in like a wrecking ball. Ozzy Cyrus, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, Ozzy. Unbelievable. Oh, whoa. Well, that's racing, ladies and gentlemen. So Cull out there in the lead with Bob in second. We've got the Huds right up and into third place, doing a super job. Hammy from the back of the grid now in fourth. We've got Chunky Ribena in fifth for the Ford, top Ford runner. OJH in the Mazda in fifth. We've got MJ in his Ford in seventh. Thunder in eighth. And yeah, he's already had a bit of unfortunate stuff there. And now making his way around, he's got Nomi just behind him in the old clapped out Supra. And 1.3 seconds then from Thunder on the medium tyres, still a long way to go. And then Autosport in 10th, with Sir Storm in 11th there, Tommy Roo in 12th, the Jed in 13th, and Aussie there, it looks like he's made a pit stop. He may have had damage. He's put the medium tyres on, and he's going for gold now. He's got to go for gold. There's nothing else left in the kitty. And Tommy Roo, he made a recent pit stop. Luckily, no damage then. Oh, he got hit from behind. Sorry, Aussie got hit from behind. Who was behind Aussie then? I can't remember now. So Cole then out in the lead, with the Bob there in second, the Hoods in third. See, this is why I don't call it. You only get to see certain angles, and obviously we were looking on Tommy's car, so yeah, we just saw a McLaren come flying in. But yeah, I can see how in the braking zone, if you got hit up the rear derriere, that would also propel you into that area, and it did look like he was going rather fast for someone who'd missed a braking marker. Usually there's brake smoke and all sorts of things. Storm hit Aussie in the back like he did at the chicane on the same lap. So there you go. It was yeah, it was the Ford, ladies and gentlemen, after it was Sir Storm sitting in 10th at the moment, but I'm sure the stewards are going to be wanting to impress on him pretty soon. And Tommy Roo in 11th, chasing him down. The Cool, though, at the moment, holding on to the lead. No sign of a pit stop for him, sir. Just under half a tank of fuel. So that is, well, if he can get the softs to last half a race, which it looks like the soft tyre does not, then he's going to have a long way. He's going to have to make a short stint in the next stint. But at the moment, the Cole going nicely, as is AT Racing, Bob in the BMW, the Hoods in third. And I can't believe the Hoods is having an absolute cracker. 49.5 last time, though. He is being caught by the Chunks. 47.8s from Chunky at the moment. And Sir Hammy losing time that last lap. He must have lost a bit as Chunky got by. I thought Chunky was a little bit further back than the Hammy. So he's got himself ahead of the Hammy. And it looks to me like he's lining himself up for lunch. He's had a Porsche for breakfast. And now Chunky going in deep, baby. That's how you race, ladies and gents. Look at that, no contact, beautiful stuff. Gets the overdrive out of the corner. Looks like he's going to bring the Porsche along with him. And Hood's missing, losing out there. No, Hood's digging in. He's digging in, ladies and gentlemen. But no, he just cannot stay with the Chunks or Sir Hammy coming out of that corner. Yeah, his tyres are absolutely cooked, ladies and gents. The Hood's using up his rubber liberally, and now they are coming to the end of their life. Sir Hammy and Chunky on those mediums are good to go for a little short while, yeah, but Chunky burning up a lot more fuel, and Hammy burning up a lot more fuel than we saw the Cole using. The Cole, good on fuel. Bob, not as good on fuel. So the Nissan, absolutely an absolute machine for endurance there. OJH Racing there, his soft tyres are virtually done. He's nearly down to a quarter of a tank of fuel. 3 seconds between him and the Hoods. Now the Hoods losing places there. 2 medium runners must be a big signal that it must be time to make a pit stop. So as he makes his way around, no, he's a long way away from making a pit stop. And nor is the Mazda driver, OJH Racing. but their tyres are starting to see the better of their days. Thunder, his race was affected, man. He would have been up there 3rd place or so. So he was in sight of the Cull, wasn't he, or something? So Thunder in 7th, but making the best of it. He's cracking on, even though he had that lap 6 moment. He's stuck to the programme, hasn't panicked. He's running 7th at the moment, 2 seconds behind the Mazda, who is really getting through their tyres. There is a couple ahead, Hud's as well, getting through his tyres. Easy positions for the Thunder there. And that should see you Thunder up and into 5th there. You see OJH making a mistake in that corner. A grip issue, ladies and gents, a grip issue affecting OJH there. Again, no grip coming around, going out wide. Now the Thunder has to beware that his old nemesis Autosport is coming up in his mirrors, rear mirrors, his mirrors. So there goes OJH. Huds stays out. Huds stays out. Feels he can still get around. Well, he did a 48.7 that time around. If he can manage that, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Autosport, 47.3 last time around, up against Thunder's 48.4. You feel that Thunder could be in trouble here from Autosport in the Lexus, who's ahead of Tommy Roo now. Tommy Roo and Autosport were in that leading battle at the very beginning of this race, if you remember. Tommy Roo getting out of the pits ahead of Autosport after their pit stops, but Tommy Roo getting into a fracas with other sim racers has put him behind the Autosport, but only 3.5 seconds, and I'm sure he can make that back up. Jed, having that early spin, is now back in the mid-pack. This is not bad. Not a bad turnaround. MJ making a pit stop, going to the soft tyre for a quick sprint stint and try and make up some positions on track. OJH has made his pit stop. He's come out in 11th on another set of medium tyres. Sir Storm has pitted. He's put on a set of medium tyres, and he's 10 seconds back from OJH Racing, 10 seconds ahead of Nomi. Nowhere he can do any harm, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, Sir Storm. You just got to check your radar, brah. And Nomi then in 13th. And Aussie there. The bullet in Sir Storm's weapon, it seems, sitting in 14th with the mediums on. Cull leads. He's down to a quarter of a tank now. How are those faring around him? Bob's picked up a bit of a penalty. It's looking like the BMW is not handling how he would like it to. It's starting to become a bit of a handful. He's got a perm to do, and he's got to get there on time. Rita wants a tight corkscrew. I don't know if kids know that we used to call the Z4 a hairdresser's car, if that's still a thing. But that's why I joked about he's got to get and go and do a bowl cut. So the Bob, that's quite ironic, a Bob in a hairdresser's car. I wonder if he's done it on purpose. Cull leads the way. Bob, I think, is going to have to make a pit stop at the end of this pit. His fuel is flashing and his car is all over the shop. And there it is. Oh, be careful of that yellow line, unless they don't have it on, which that would be the wise move to do, because 3 seconds is ridiculous. So Bob goes in, and he's used those medium tyres up. His soft sprint, if he chooses to do one, is going to be short. Chunky as well, fuel-less, comes into the pits. Huds, he lasted those he get them softs in there, didn't he? He kept them softs in there, and he doesn't even need fuel. So a set of mediums, a full tank of fuel, and the hoods could be dangerous this second half of the race. Watch that space. Thunder moves up then into thirds, still yet to pit. The Cull leads, is yet to pit. Autosport up into second. He has pitted earlier, but he's down to half a tank now. Thunder there in third. Does that mean he got past him? He did, didn't he? Because he was catching up to Thunder. But the Thunder has used up his medium tyres. The Roo there in fourth, making an earlier stop to those mediums. Bob back out. Wow, look at that. Clean air. That's how you do it, Rooster. No cars around him whatsoever. And that's Bob then, pitting and losing minimum amount of places. Into fifth then for the Bob. Medium tyres, full tank of fuel. Junkie comes out in sixth. Racing softs for the Ford. And 3/4 of a tank of fuel, keeping it light. Trying to keep the weight off of the tyres, but make it worth it, you know. Jed now, still yet to make his second stop. He stopped for damage, remember, and changed the softs to the mediums. And he's slowly plucked away and found himself in seventh place. Hammy, after his pit stop on a set of softs, does not need the time loss behind the medium running Honda at the moment. So SLR Hammy has made his move and he's got through ahead of the Jed. MJ as well hasn't pitted. He must have pitted earlier. He did on lap 9, sorry. So MJ still moving around on his soft tyres. And he's 3 seconds ahead of the hoods, but the hoods now, medium tyres, full tank of fuel, is the danger. OJH, after his pit stop, he's not gone quite full tank. He's gone for a little lighter car, hasn't he? To go up and fight against hoods. Oh, but the Mazda does not like the curbs. And hoods looking very solid in the Burtmer Thunder into the pits now. Thunder making his stop. He's going to soft. Oh no, not Thunder. Yeah, Thunder, sorry. So hoods then. Oh, he's only moved up to 10th with that round of pit stops. He's not been able to knock on Thunder's door. Thunder out on a set of softs. Now he's into racing. He's only 1.2 seconds behind MJ, and MJ's picked up a huge penalty. I believe it's time to get on board with the Thunder alongside him, shall we? Sitting alongside our boy Thunder. No, that's Hoods. I wanted Thunder. Sorry, Hoods. No, nothing on you. There we go. But the Thunder is playing risk with the curbs. And he's chasing down MJ. MJ in the Ford at the moment on a used set of soft tyres, carrying a 1 second penalty. And it looks like Thunder will be back up and into 8th place pretty soon. Maybe even Hoods. Hoods is only 1.5 seconds behind us. Depends on how much this hurts MJ when he pays the penalty. 1 second is quite a big hit. It is a shorter straight than usual. There we go. So that's the Thunder through. And now he's got 4.8 seconds to find on the Jed, but the Jed will probably make a pit stop before that. So MJ does stay ahead of the Hoods, but the Hoods dangerously close to MJ, who is getting very used through his tyres. Cool. Still out there, but the fuel is on vapors now. He's got to be the last man to pit. And we are at 32 minutes left in this race. So the Cull nearly going halfway, and he hasn't used the mediums to full extent. But after his pit stop, it will be in. I mean, if he can get a soft tyre to go 16 odd laps, then he could possibly do a one stop in this race, which will put him back in the driving range. Oh, Autosport's picked up a huge penalty, and Tommy Roo has closed up the deficit after his trip with Ozzy and Sir Storm. And now Autosport, Tommy Roo, starting to put on the pressure. And Autosport, with that 1 second penalty, is done. He's done. That's it. Tommy is released. He's released the dragon. And now the call in. The call is in. Tommy Roo, can he retake the lead? 30 seconds in the pit stop. Yeah, I think he will. I think he will, but the call won't be too far behind him. Bob at the moment in fourth. Now the Bob, he'll be aiming for the call. That's who he's going to be aiming for. 40 seconds, that's about right. Possibly. The fuel's going in Cole's car. He hasn't totally filled up. He's on the move. Tommy Roo coming down the start straight. Should take the lead back. He does. And so does Autosport after his 1 second penalty. The call then coming out. He's put softs on, 3/4 of a tank, and he's going to see what this old bad boy Nissan can do on a set of grippy tyres. He's going for a short stint with another pit stop. Maybe 2 runs on the softs. Autosport and Tommy Roo will be making pit stops shortly themselves. So there he is. Look, 8 tenths behind the danger. Cool. And Bob will be thinking 7.5 seconds. Where did he find that? But Bob going faster than anyone has gone on this track before this evening. And Chunky Ribena there in 5th place. 10 seconds adrift of the Bob. And again, he's finding some good time. So Hammy in 6th, 5 seconds adrift of Chunky. And he's going great guns also in the Porsche, looking for scalps. Jed then is in 7th, and it looks like we've lost a Storm for some reason. Thunder in 8th with MJ in 9th. MJ with half a second penalty and a very used set of tyres is being hunted by the Mazda. Nomi in 11th in the clapped out Supra is 29 seconds behind them, but he's 6 seconds ahead of the... Oh, no. The Hoods has had something dramatic and drastic happen. I doubt we'll see it. No, it's already happened. And maybe that is why we've seen Sir Storm leave. Not to jump to conclusions, but, oh, the Hoods. The Hoods. His race was going so well. And he's so far away from the pits and everything's banged up on his car. Poor Hoods there, as Aussie then sees a position gained. And the Hoods is going to have to go back in the pits. Oh, what a shame. What an absolute shame there for the Hoods. Tommy Roo leads from the call. The call, it got past himself. Oh no, the Autosport had a penalty, didn't he, of course. So the call then in second place, 2.5 seconds behind the Audi. The Audi at 47.2 last time around on a set of medium tyres, remember, against Cull in the banged out Nissan on a set of soft tyres. Autosport in third in the Lexi. Then we have the Bob. He's gaining. He was 7.5 seconds behind that battle. Now he's 6.5 seconds. And Autosport on his old tyres, needing a fuel stop soon. He's got to have a worry, hasn't he, about Bob and the Cull. They could come and scoop this podium away from Autosport. He's going to have to knuckle down and get some absolutely stellar lap times done. Come on, Autosport. Talking about stellar lap times, look at the chunks. The chunk has intention, ladies and gentlemen. In the rear dairy air, a 46.7 last time around from Chunky Ribena. The fastest man is Thunder with a 46.0. Unbelievable stuff from the Porsche driver. Hammy was 5.5 seconds behind the Chunks, but the Chunks has pulled out a 2-second advantage on the Porsche driver behind him. So Chunky Ribena going great guns there on his short stint with the soft tyres. And I imagine the way them soft tyres are hanging in there, he's going to have wished he'd put a little bit more fuel in that car, because he's getting through the fuel, but the tyres are staying with him. The unpredictability of it all. Hammy going in. Hammy is going in. Yes, he's used his tyres up quite liberally. And MJ then gains a place, and he is using his tyres, ladies and gents. He is getting full money's worth out of those. He's done a 48.8. Nice. And Thunder then in 6th. Oh no, Thunder's picked up some damage. Thunder's picked up some damage. He's losing 2 seconds a lap. He's come out of the pits. He's done an absolutely blinding lap time. And then I'm guessing he's damaged his car, and now he's just stuck doing 48s. Not what he needed. He needed to be catching up the Chunks. And the Chunks is flying at the moment. Chunky could be securing himself a position ahead of Autosport at this rate. He's 9 seconds behind Bob, who's only 4 seconds behind Autosport. Autosport on the verge of a pit stop, as is Tommy Roo's still got a little more to go, but the Cull is really investigating what first place might feel like. He's taken the fastest lap away from Thunder, and now he's making the move on Tommy Roo. Tommy Roo's decided it's time to go in. He wants those soft tyres. He needs to come and fight against the Cull. He's used both compounds, and it's free choice for him for the last 25 minutes, but a soft set of tyres might not see the Audi around for the last 25 minutes. And at the moment, the Cull, 25 minutes to go in this race. He's got half a tank of fuel. He's leading the race, and he's got a lovely set of soft tyres on. The Cull is doing the job immensely at the moment. Autosport moves up into second as he sees his rival making the first pit stop. Bob closing in 3.6 seconds now behind Autosport as Chunky Ribena moves ahead of Tommy Roo as Tommy Roo makes his stop, and he's running to the end, ladies and gentlemen. He's filled up, he's put the medium tyres on, and he is just concentrating on the end game. Thunder, who is going to have to make a pit stop. I mean, Jesus, where he put the soft tyres on. He could do 46s, and all he can manage is 48s with that damage that he's got to his suspension and diffuser there. It looks like he's knocked a wall. And yeah, it looks like he is kind of stuck in a 48s. So Tommy Roo should run away from him. And yeah, I mean, Thunder, he's had a good turnaround. Remember, he was knocked out of the race altogether. He's come back into it. But Chunky Ribena is having an immense second half of the race. Since he's put soft tyres on that Ford, it really has picked up into another realm. Tommy Roo in 5th, with Thunder in 6th. And MJ then in 7th. MJ getting full use out of his tyres, but they are dead as a duck now. And it is time to make the pit stop. Autosport forced with fuel to bring the Lexus in. Is Chunky close enough? Chunky getting a toe off of Ozzy as he finds himself, unfortunately, a lap down after being bamboozled, cued like a cue ball. And that's Chunky then up ahead. Tommy Roo as well, moving ahead of Autosport. Thunder comes into the pits. He's had enough of that damage. I imagine he's going to put medium tyres and fill it up and take it to the end at this point. Chunky Ribena up and into a podium position, but he will have to make a pit stop. Tommy Roo running to the end. Autosport running to the end. And they're 10 seconds apart. Wow. Wowzers. OJH Racing in the Mazda. Maybe running to the end? No, not 22 minutes. So OJ even have to make another pit stop. So Hammy, he may be running to the end. Medium's full tank of fuel. He's ahead of the Thunder by 11 seconds. It looks like the Thunder topped up, and medium tyres to go to the end. Jed as well. Looks like he's going to try and get the Honda all the way to the home. Nomi maybe have to make a pit stop before the end of the race, with MJ behind on softs and full tank. So MJ fancying the softs going deep in this race, and possibly we saw him on a set of softs. He felt rather comfortable with them, even though they were used up. And obviously Ozzy is a lap behind, and as is the Hoods as well, with a lot of damage. And we're not sure how or why, which is a shame, because Hoods was having an absolute blinding race there in the mid-pack, looking like it could sneak a podium with that fuel tank. But unfortunately, it hasn't worked out that way. as does many racers for many people. The Cull, though, at the moment, this race has gone absolutely clockwork for him. Couldn't have worked out nicer. Qualified on the mediums, did well to get third on the grid. And then away they went, and he managed to just follow the first two, Autosport and Tommy Roo, that were on those soft tyres. And he stayed within a chance. As they pitted, he took the lead and stayed out for a tremendous amount of time. I do think he may have to make another pit stop before the end of this race, though. So let's not say he's won the race just yet. And Bob also may have to make a pit stop before the end, but he did take on the medium tyres. He has not used the soft, so maybe he's going to go into battle mode for the last sort of 10 to 7 minutes of this race, possibly. Going with a set of soft tyres, lower fuel, and going on the attack to try and make up positions. Chunky does have to make his pit stop now, so Tommy Roo and Autosport, who we believe... Oh, Autosport getting a hefty penalty there. He can't really afford that, not with Cull, Bob and Chunky fighting for that podium. And yeah, Autosport really can't afford to give up too many penalties. He's going to have to watch himself. It's 3 seconds now from the Mazda driver, even though the Mazda driver, we think, may have to make a pit stop. So Chunky in to service his car as Bob carries on with the Cull. These two are still good to go for a few laps yet. Chunky then, more softs, more fuel. It's 2 short stints for the Chunky. Is that enough to get to the end? It must be. Autosport then goes ahead with more fuel on board. This is the worry. No JH Racing is going to have to make a pit. Hammy, similar fuel loads to Chunky, but Chunky's opted for a soft set. Oh no, he has gone medium tyres. Yes, he's aiming to get to the end, and he's a good 20 seconds ahead of Hammy. Cracking stuff for the Chunky there. Unbelievable stuff. I didn't know he was that far. No, he wasn't. See, it was. I thought that was ridiculously amount. 8 seconds. 8 seconds ahead of Hammy. And Hammy then trying to close that gap on the Chunks. OJH at the moment, quarter of a tank of fuel, having to make a pit stop in a few laps. Then Autosport, we think, running to the end, as is Tommy Roo in third. Bob will have to make a pit stop, and the Cull having to make a pit stop. Then further down, we've got Thunder running to the end there, but so is Hammy, so is Chunky. He's got to hope that he can jump OJH Racing there, and I don't think he's going to get close to the Cull or Bob. The Jed, unbelievable, 1.5 second penalty on the Jed there. He's 6.2 seconds behind the Thunder and 6.4 seconds ahead of MJ, whom also has picked up a half a second penalty. Sir Nomi in 11th, Aussie there in 12th. He is pulling it back though, is Aussie, and the Hood's there 8 seconds behind Aussie. He's got someone to race at least. Misery loves company, you know what they're saying. And Vodkarov saying it's not pizza time. It is, that should have said. Oh, it is. No, it's not. Okay, I've not had now. I'm going to enjoy a nice pack of Monster Munch after this stream, and I'm going to try and do another stream before the evening is out. So the Cull then leads this race, quarter of a tank of fuel. His soft tyres have seen better days. Bob went for the medium tyres, and he's got a quarter of a tank of fuel left. I think the Cull may have to pit before the Bob, but it's interesting stuff. Tommy Roo trying to run to the end. Autosport losing more time to Tommy Roo, and OJH gaining, but he's going to make a pit stop. Chunky Ribena is going to be the threat for Autosport at the moment, and I think, yeah, he's only 8 seconds, and we saw what sort of pace he was doing before his pit stop. His second half of the race in this Ford has been absolutely immense. and he really could possibly bring this race to Autosport, especially if Autosport keeps picking up those penalties again with a penalty. This is he may be pushing too hard. He's looking at that gap to the Audi, and it's probably affecting him. The Cool then in the lead. How's the Chunky and Sir Hammy battle going? Thunder there behind him as well. 7.5 seconds Thunder's got to find on the Hammy. The Hammy 7 seconds to find on the Chunks. The Chunks, we're not seeing their lap times just yet. Well, we are. Hammy did a 47.7 last time around, which was very strong. Thunder did a 47.4 last time around, which is very strong. And what can Chunky do this time around? A 48.0. It's strong, but these guys do seem to be going slightly faster. 48.1. No, they're not. I tell a lie. And that looked like Thunder. No, that looked like, yeah, Thunder had a little tap with the wall. 47.8 though, still good, still good. It's still race on in the mid-pack. Cool. His tyres are done and dusted. Vodka in the chat saying, I've just gone for cheese and tomato with spicy beef instead of the usual meat feast though. Nice. I might have cheese on toast. You might have inspired me to do a bit of cheese on toast. My homemade pizza. Cheese on tomato ketchup toast. And that's the Cool going in. They obviously have the penalty thing turned off. You wouldn't get away with that. You wouldn't get away with that if it was on. So the Cool making his stop. We've got, what, 14 minutes to go. He's done about 14 minutes, surely, on those soft tyres. The Bob goes through, but he does need fuel. He does need tyres. It's just he wants to know what it's like to be in the lead. And he hasn't got a haircut appointment for another hour, so he can play around a bit. And so the Bob out there, he's taken the lead. And Cool making his way out. Is he going to be ahead of the Roo? This is the battle. This is the showdown. And he is ahead of the Audi. The Audi, not enough. Not enough, sir. 5 seconds he's got to find. And with Cool going on to a set of soft tyres, that's going to be very difficult in that Audi to find an extra 5 seconds, let's say. Autosport then, still dropping time from the Roo, but he's okay against Chunks at the moment. He's holding his lap times faster than the Chunk, so the Chunk unable to go into action against the Lexus. Hammy, on the other hand, no, is matching times. Those medium tyres not giving them the speed that they want. There goes the Mazda. Has been threatening to make a pit stop for a while now. It moves Thunder up to 7th. Jed up to 8th. Remember, Jed in 2nd or 3rd place early doors, spun out and has ended up right at the back, and he has had to just crack on throughout the rest of this race, being very clever with his strategy, and he's paid in the end. He's up to 8th. MJ in 9th. Oh, MJ's picked up a bit of damage there. So any attack he feels on the Honda may have been thwarted by a wall. Bob is in. Bob is in the hairdresser's seat. So the Cool then coming around as the Bob gets some fuel. I think has he got to use a set of softs? I don't know if you have to use both compounds. But Tommy Roo then, is he going to get the Bob? Can the Bob jump Tommy Roo? It doesn't look like it. Looks like Tommy Roo might claim 2nd place here. And the Bob out though, just behind. No, not just behind. Well, that might drop. So Cool, 5 seconds ahead of Tommy Roo, and the Bob, maybe it is that far. I'm surprised. I am surprised. So the Bob, 11 seconds adrift, and it's all right. It's the McLaren that's just behind him, so he's pretty safe there. And Vodkrop saying you can't beat a good old bit of cheese on toast. I love some Worcester sauce on it, but I never remember to get it, so I have to go with Tom sauce. And oregano goes great on there. Proper tastes like pizza then. Yeah, I'm gonna make a homemade. I'm gonna make a council estate pizza, cheese and tomato sauce with oregano on toast. Cool. Leads the way, 5.6 seconds with Tommy Roux. Now, I might go for Welsh Rarebit, you know. I might cut up a bit of tomato and do a bit of cheese with a bit of pepper. Bob then in third. It is 11 seconds behind the Roux. I thought he was closer, you know. OJH Racing calling out 33 for some reason. I'm not sure. Autosport in fourth place. 7 seconds ahead of the Chunks. The Chunks 48.2, Autosport 47.2. So Autosport still putting in those lap times, keeping himself safe from Chunky. Sir Hammy cannot close in on the Chunks either. It is stalemate here for 5th and 6th place. Thunder in 7th, 5 seconds. He's getting the times. He is getting the times. He's getting 47s and a halves. He could close in on the Hammy before the end of this race. Jed in 8th place at the moment, looking good. And with MJ with that damage, I don't think MJ can close in, although MJ did a 47.8 last time around, but he's picked up a penalty. Jed doing a 48.7. So it's nearly a second faster, but MJ with a half a second penalty. And somehow he's ended up ahead of the Mazda of OJH Racing in 10th. SLR Nomi in 11th in the battered Supra. 34 seconds behind OJH, 30 seconds ahead of Aussie. Aussie doing a brilliant job here, pulling it back. So Aussie there, 14 seconds ahead of the Hoods. The Hoods just couldn't catch back up with the McLaren. And Cole then leads this race, and he wants the fastest lap as well. And Vodkrop saying Welsh Rarebit has beer on as well. I made that at school just so I could take loads of beers in. I'll Google it. I didn't know it had beer on it. I might have a Guinness in the fridge. So cool then, 7.5 seconds ahead of the Rooster. And how the turntables. We saw Roux and Autosport leading this race in the first part with those soft tyres, and the Cull just patiently sitting behind them on the mediums. And then the Cull took nearly like 32 minutes to go in the race, so 28 minutes first stint on those mediums and fuel tank, the latest person to pit, then went on to the softs and maintained a close position to the guys. I mean, Tommy Roux did have an incident that probably did cost him 8 seconds, so it could have been tighter, ladies and gentlemen. Bob in third, 8 seconds, and he's got himself ahead of Autosport somehow along the way. Autosport race not turning out the way he wanted, but I think the soft tyres for Autosport were absolutely tragic. Do you know what? It looks like we're going to get rain in the last lap or two. That would be crazy if that happened, but it's gone very dull. Does it have the rain setting on at Watkins Glen? I don't know. I didn't think Americans like to race in the rain. But yeah, the Lexus looking like it's struggling to get past the McLaren there. Chunky, 9 seconds on Autosport. Autosport's in the 46.8 last time around. Chunky's tried to raise his game as well to 47s and a halves. But Autosport has the answers to all of Chunky's questions. And Sir Hammy slipping further back. Sir Hammy slipping further back. And the Thunder, sir, it's SLR. I think it's the group they come from. The team group. I'll have to ask MJ what it is so I can advertise it. So Thunder then closing in. Thunder on a charge for 6th place. Does Watkins have rain? Well, I don't know. That's what I was wondering. You know, some of these tracks don't have wet settings, but it's gone very grey and dull. So I'm not sure myself. The Cull then, and it's a double American header as well. Just realised Daytona was round 1, and round 2 we're at Watkins Glen. And the Cull, he did something similar at Daytona, qualified well,
on medium tyres, but he had an incident early in the race, and it just was a big battle for him to come back in. And Tommy Roo took the win, I think, off of Autosport. It was a tight thing anyway, but I'm not sure. When I looked at the table, it looked like Autosport didn't have any points, so I don't know if he got disqualified from the race for some reason or another. I'm not sure. I'll have to do some investigating and tell you later. Later, when the next stream, the next World Racing Community stream, maybe. So Cool then leads the way. Tommy Roo in second, cannot close the gap. Bob in third, also not closing any gaps. Autosport ahead of Chunky. Chunky cannot close in on Autosport at the moment. Hammy is in trouble from Thunder, but Thunder, it looks like it's leveled out. Hammy just doing enough to stay ahead of the Thunder. We've only got 5.5 minutes left on the clock, and it looks like it's brightening up again, so the rain wasn't an issue at all. The Jed in 8th. I think that's a great turnaround in a race that could have gone very much wrong. Ah, here we go. AH Gaming saying Autosport was disqualified from Daytona for starting on the wrong tyres. He qualified on softs and started on mediums. Ah, there you go. Shows you how observant I was in that race. I'm going to have to find out who AH Gaming is. Is that Adnan? Who is it? Who's not racing and he's chatting? Because if you could be in here chatting, you should be out there racing. So Thunder in 7th, Jed in 8th, OJH in 9th. Oh, it's Deviant. Oh, dude. Oh, my wheel is broken. MJ in 10th, 11th for Nomi. OZ is in 12th with the Hoods in 13th. Good for the Hoods, man. Good. He's going in the pits, though. Maybe he's going for fastest lap. Go on, Hoods. Low fuel, brand new tyres. Get it. Go for it. That's a big lap time to get, though. 45.7. The Cool then leads the way. And Tommy Roo in second. The closest race in here is Thunder on Hammy, and he is closing in nicely. Deviant saying my wheel is broken. My wheel broke this morning while I was practicing for the race. I'm good. Oh, and Watkins Glen's good fun as well, isn't it? It is always good fun at the Glen. I'm surprised it didn't go dark here. I'm surprised that MJ didn't want you to do it through the night. I mean, we did do it through the night in Daytona, I suppose. But yeah, Thunder then is the closest race here, a second between him and the other Porsche for 6th place. Hammy having an absolute blinding race. I mean, Thunder, he got stormed out of it. Oh yeah, the Mercedes was looking to do really well here, then it just died. Oh, I'm so good for you, man. Bloody wheels. The Cool then 8 seconds ahead of the Tommy Roo. Tommy Roo 8 seconds ahead of AT Racing, sorry. Autosport in 4th, 12 seconds behind the podiums. Chunky has extended that lead for Hammy. Hammy now, he's really looking in his rear view mirrors, isn't he? Jed is safe, I think, in 8th from OJH Racing, although OJH Racing is absolutely slinging it at the moment. MJ carrying that damage and having an awful time with his wheels, but he's 38 seconds ahead of Nomi, so he should be safe. Nomi is 31 seconds ahead of Ozzy in 12th, and Ozzy 46 seconds ahead of the Hoods, who is going out there to break some records, ladies and gentlemen. And now in the chat, Vodka Rob saying, gutted, I would be lost if my wheel broke. And Deviant saying it was a Thrustmaster T598, absolute waste of money. And it was my replacement for old T598, which broke in the exact same way. What is it? What's the old saying? Say, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me no. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You have to bite the bullet, get a credit card. Debt and Fanatec, because you need the credit card. You see, you need the credit card because you use half the money up to buy the actual Fanatec, and then it comes, and then you think, no, I want the booster, and I want the springs in the wheels. So then you have to use your credit card to get some more of that. Then you think, no, I want the fancy F1 wheel. So then it's just never ending with Fanatec. Oh yeah, vodka off grease. What, that bottomless pit that is Fanatec? Don't do it, my friends. Stick to... I think you can make a cardboard one. I think on YouTube it shows you how to use the motion in your controller and make a cardboard steering wheel. The Fanatec is very nice though, even though it's a money pit and it's never ending. It does feel nice, even with just 5 Newton meters or whatever it is I'm working with. The call then, 50 seconds on the clock. Hammy, how's he getting on? 2/10 and it's coming. It is coming. You feel it. Thunder really edging his way up again. Oh, side-by-side Porsche action here at Watkins Glen, ladies and gentlemen. Virtually on the last lap. The Porsche's dice, I tell you, and Thunder claims the position. Can Hammy get a toe and go for it into the chicane? And Thunder will have PTSD from that chicane from the moment he and Sir Storm had it coming together, and his race was absolutely destroyed. But he has fought, and he has fought to come back in this race, and he's up into 6th place now. Ladies and gentlemen, that is true grit. True grit there, and Hammy obviously nothing taking away from the man. Oh, Cole's made the win, so's Tommy Rue in 2nd. Bob is coming around for that 3rd. Sorry Cole, I missed you. There's Bob then grabbing a great podium. Take a boo, my son. Autosport, not the race he obviously probably wanted, but maybe he'll be able to keep the points for this one. Autosport crossing the line in 4th place. Great stuff. Chunky Rybina. What a turnaround already from the Chunk Meister, bringing it home in 5th place. Great stuff from Chunky. Well done. Thunder, great last move on the last lap there. And he worked for it, ladies and gentlemen. Thunder then brings it home in 6th. Probably could have got a podium today, but who knows. Thunder in 6th, with Hammy coming home in 7th. Hammy having a great race from the back up to 7th. The Jed again had early woes in the race and has come back nicely up to 8th place. He's got to be pleased with that. Not pleased with the beginning of the race, but pleased how it turned out in 8th. OJH Racing in 9th in the spaceship, ahead of MJ in 10th. And did the Hoods get the fastest lap? He didn't. Oh, bless him. He tried though. So MJ brings it home, 10th place. Great drive from the MJ. And that's ahead of Sonomi in 11th, Aussie in 12th, and the Hoods in 13th. Oh my Lord. We had tragedy for a few of our guys out there. And there we go. We get to see Akel's booty. And what a tight booty it is as well. It says it. Look. Lock tight. Right above his booty. You know what he's saying? That is locked tight. To me, that sounds like a challenge. I'll get something in there. I've got a spanner or something I can put in there. So here we go. I'm going to grab that replay for thumbnail reasons. And we shall look as the great... oh no, it's only 2 left. I think they like to sit in the room and do a little bit of a review of the race. Whoo, mama. Well, why did Hammy get a big penalty over the line? Who knows? Anyway, the Cole took a win. That was a win and a half, ladies and gentlemen, in a car 20 years older than 2nd place. Hey, that's a well-kept car. That is a tidy piece of machinery. No one makes it like Nissan makes it, it seems. So the Cole then takes the win in round 2, 1 hour at the Glen, with Tommy Rue in 2nd and Bob finishing 3rd in his hairdresser's mobile. Then we have Autosport in 4th in the Lexi, and Chunky Rybina doing an absolute grand race for the Ford team up to 5th. Fantastic stuff. Thunder comes home in 6th in the Porsche, ahead of Hammy in the other Porsche, and my word, we had a beautiful race with them two at the end. Jed making the best of a bad situation into 8th, ahead of OJH Racing in the Mazda 9th. Then we had MJ coming home in 10th spot. We saw he was carrying damage and a very torn up pair of tyres at the end of that race. Nomi in the GT500 Supra, older than the Nissan, coming home in 11th with Aussie. Oh, poor old Aussie got abused early in the race and sent into Tommy Rue, finishing in 12th with the Hoods in 13th. We saw a lot of damage on him. Don't know if it was self-inflicted or if he had a coming together, but that was his race ruined. And he come home in 13th. And Sir Storm unable to make to the end of the race, which is a shame because he had pace. He had good pace. Finishing in 14th. And if he just uses his radar, I reckon that he'll be the whole package. Right then, I'll put the top 10 on. So in the chat then, let us catch up. Deviant saying too late, or already ordered the GT bundle. Oh, wow, well done. And Vodkrop saying it's like a drug. And gaming Deviant saying with the booster. Good call. I wish I'd got mine. Vodka saying I'm already thinking about upgrading from a DD Pro to the DD Plus. My word. Deviant saying I don't need any more than 8 Newton meters. I'm not a bodybuilder. And Thunder saying, whoa, that was fun. Great race, Thunder. Great race. Well done. And Vodkrop saying, yeah, I don't either, really. I won't be getting it for a while now anyway, because I need money for my house at the moment. I've got loads of jobs that need doing. Don't we all, my friend? We all do. Wow. That was another great night with the World Racing community. Big thank you to our Pro Sim racers. Big congratulations to the Cull, the Roo, the Racing, and the Autosport. Chunky as well, why not? Thunder, Hammy. I'm saying it, I'm going down the whole pit lane, shaking all their hands. Thank you, guys, for putting on a treat of a race for us, guys. Thank you for all the big wigs at the World Racing community for organising a superb little championship for us to enjoy. And thank you to you guys out there who get involved in the chat and doing all the things that YouTube like you to do that I don't tell you to do because I don't think it's right. Man has free will. Man can make his own choices. Doesn't need me to tell you what to do. So, but thank you to you guys as well that get involved and keep me company during the race. Vodka Rob, Deviant's been perfect for brilliant information during the races. This wouldn't work without guys like you. Thank you. Hope your new wheel comes soon, Deviant. Hope to see you back on the track. Hope to see you on the track soon too, Mr. Vodka Rob. And I've got loads of streams to do, so you're going to get sick of me soon because I'm going to be all over YouTube like a rash. Okie dokie, well done to the winners, and we'll see you, if you're just here for the World Racing community, next Saturday live. I'll tell you where from. And then I'll instantly forget, and then next week we'll be like, oh, I haven't got a clue where we are, and then I'll have to look again. We are at Trial Mountain, ladies and gentlemen, still in America. We are saving money on moving our schnizzle around. These cars are barely using petrol between tracks. Yes, we are at Trial Mountain. So check us out again for our trio of USA tracks. And we may as well go to Laguna Seca. Why don't we just make it an American series? Anyway, thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. I'm not going to forget Trial Mountain. I love Trial Mountain. I've enjoyed every track so far. So, hey. They're all good, the American ones. It's strange, because they don't know how to race. Tiru, peace and love. Peace and love, y'all. Stop shooting people.